The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by J.D. McDonough. He is one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Finn Balor.
Well, Finn looking to reverse the fortune of the Judgment Day tonight and perhaps build a little momentum for Dirty Dom. Later on here on Raw, Finn Balor goes one-on-one with a high-flying Dragon Lee. It's live next. So wait, let me ask you this question. You know, Dirty Dom's got the big Intercontinental title match later on tonight. Raquel and Roxanne just lost to the tag team match. Finn now in a one-on-one matchup. How important is this? I mean, if Finn loses, does that affect Dom heading into the match later on?
I mean, you've got to stop the rot because losing is contagious. And we've just saw, as you mentioned, a big L for the female tag team of the Judgment Day. Yeah, you need to build momentum back. You don't want to be in a sour-feeling clubhouse this evening, especially if you're Dirty Dom. Need a big win here for Finn Balor.
Balor and McDonough, the current World Tag Team Champions. JD knows all about Dragon Lee. Lost a matchup to Lee last week. Tell you all about that in a moment. Balor coming off a loss in a great matchup versus AJ Styles last week on Raw.
The thing about Balor, though, he has the 20-plus years of experience to shrug that kind of thing off. Look, you get in the ring with AJ Styles, there is a very good chance you're going to lose just because of how good AJ Styles is. Everyone in the locker room can accept that, even a Finn Balor. It stings, you don't like it, but you shrug it off and you fix it this week.
If I had abs like Finn Balor, I'd be showing them off too.
Dream on, buddy. You're gonna have to cut the beers down if you want to look like that.
That ain't happening.
Talk about Irishman's exploits in this arena. How about Sheamus and Rusev last night in the Donnybrook?
And his opponent from Guadalajara, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds, Dragon Lee!
Dragon Lee is so much fun to watch, the dynamic luchador. Had issues with the Judgment Day. The better part of the last few months, he's been dealing with Dominic for a couple of years. It's been an incredible 2 nights for WWE here in the city of Paris, France. Of course, clashed in Paris last night, and tonight live Monday Night Raw at the La Defense Arena in front of 23,000. And CM Punk is still outside the arena awaiting the arrival of the man, well, who stuck it to him once again last night. Seth Rollins, who's still the world champion. Punk with a score to settle. Dragon Lee, who's been in the middle of a lot of the events in the AAA calendar over the past couple of months.
Yeah, really made a huge name for himself in Mexico. Has been double dipping between Raw and AAA over these past couple of months, as you mentioned. This is a guy in Dragon Lee who I think expected more of himself since arriving here on Raw. I think he felt by now he would be challenging for some of the top titles, and he's been a little stop and start. However, that victory last week against McDonough, capitalize on that with another victory tonight against Finn Balor, and perhaps moving up the card will be Dragon Lee.
Bell rings, we are underway. The victory over J.D. McDonough last week. Interesting matchup. Finn Balor got a bit overzealous at ringside, got tossed out of the arena. Dirty Dom came out, tried to help out J.D., and he failed, and Dragon Lee was able to pick up the win.
There have been some tensions in the Judgment Day in recent months, but it has to be said, Finn and McDonough are as tight as brothers. The Lowers have each other's backs.
And of course, Balor and McDonough from the same part of Ireland. Finn Balor responsible for training J.D. McDonough in the early part of his career.
Always gives you a level of respect for your mentor and coach. You'll have that for the rest of your career.
Second time these two men have ever gone one-on-one. Finn picked up a victory a couple of months ago.
Right off the bat, a technical masterclass from these two, but nothing technical about a back elbow to the jaw, flattening the luchador.
Both of these men are very successful internationally. Dragon Lee, Mexico and Japan, and Finn Balor, of course, a legend in Japan. Also worked a lot in Mexico, the United Kingdom.
Yeah, it's so hard to become a star outside of the world of WWE, but these are two rare men who managed to achieve that and then parlayed that into becoming even bigger stars right here.
Wow, what an arm drag.
Brightest of spotlights.
And Dragon Lee into the corner, so quick.
By the beauty of Lucha Libre, the athleticism, the speed.
Cover now by Dragon Lee, and a kick out by Balor. Lee, a second-generation superstar. His dad wrestled in Mexico. Now Balor with a well-placed knee to the spine. Dragon Lee once tried his fare at boxing. Decided he loved Lucha Libre even more.
He loved their boxing south of the border in Mexico, and as tough as they come is Dragon Lee. But right now, getting an absolute mauling at the hands of Finn Balor. I think Finn made a mistake in the early goings of this one, trying to match the style of Dragon Lee. Figured out pretty quickly, that ain't gonna work tonight, let me go brutal.
Yeah, just to go with what brought you to the dance. And Dragon Lee rolling out of harm's way. And Lee with a Hurricane Rana. Balor back to his feet. Drop kick will send Balor outside the ring. When Dragon Lee is unrestrained, he is so much fun to watch. And
this is the key to his success. Top speed at all times.
Oh, goodness! The hang time for Lee. Balor's taken out. Take a bow, Dragon Lee.